Are you looking for tickets? Head over to www.seatgiant.ca. That's seatgiant.ca for all your ticketing needs. Hockey tickets, basketball tickets, baseball, football, soccer, CFL, you name it, we got it. Head over to www.seatgiant.ca. Every single ticket is in Canadian funds. That's right, guys. Canadian owned, Canadian operated, and SeatGiant.ca is in Canadian dollars. Now, to save some even more money at checkout, make sure you use discount code FIREDUP. That's FIREDUP at checkout on SeatGiant.ca. Don't just buy a ticket, buy an experience. SeatGiant.ca.
Hello, everybody. This is Joseph Pasek of BarnBurner.ca. Our twice daily Fired Up show is available on 108 platforms, also on the OSG Sports app, available on iOS and Android. Welcome to a special edition of Ground and Pound, the MMA show with Giancarlo Alino and Bellator star Phil Davis. He has a big match coming up next weekend. Phil, are you ready to take on the opponent that you already beat?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. You know, rematches are funny, man. You know, you gotta make sure you don't change too much, but you wanna add in something new. I'm ready.
Your first time you fought this guy, you won. Now, I'm gonna ask you, can you win the second time easier than the first?
I think the answer is yes. You know, I've definitely gotten a lot better since last time we fought, about 2 years ago. And man, it's just one of those things. He wasn't in the fight. You know, wasn't super competitive. He got beat down. And now really what I want to do is beat him obviously worse and finish the fight.
All right, Giancarlo, go ahead.
Yeah, Phil, you know, you've had this similar situation before, facing an opponent for the second time. You fought Ryan Bader second time. Now with McGeary, can you just take us through what it's like preparing for the fighter for the second time? Like, does it make your training easier because you've already fought and you know what to look for? Or does it make it more difficult in that you have to see their last fight and there's already two areas where they've already been successful at?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I've got the chance to watch his last couple, and you know, the areas where I really beat him badly, some other people took advantage of him. So, you know, I know that those are still things that he has a lot to work on. And, you know, there's just nothing you can do to stop a Division I team from taking you down. So he's just never going to be able to get out of that. And my striking's come a long way in that time, too. So he's got the same old problems plus some new problems.
Yeah, and just to follow up on that, too, because let's say if you're successful in this, are you looking towards maybe Vadim Nemkov again and a rematch with him, or do you have your eyes maybe on Chael Sonnen or Lyoto Machida?
You know, I definitely gotta pay Nemkov back. I mean, he had a great fight, and I just have a couple of, just very few things that I need to tweak, and the outcome of that fight with Nemkov is completely different. I got him into some dangerous positions where I had the opportunity to finish the fight against him, and I blew it. You know, I had a deep Kimura, and I don't take those situations lightly. I went back, I drilled that move a bunch of times, and there's no escaping that move now. If I get you in a Kimura, you know, you can just start tapping. It's a done deal. So I look back and I say that's one area where that fight goes differently. But also, I think I just got a late start in that fight, and if I were to fight him again, I would definitely press him and try to get him as tired as possible, and then the second and third round just have my way.
All right, that's Bellator 220 happening April 27th from San Jose. Now, I got to ask you, we're based out of Canada here. I got to ask you for your pick in the main event, Roy McDonald against Fitch.
Oh, man. You're really going to press me against two of my favorite guys.
That's why you got to ask it. That's why I'm asking it. And we're based out of Canada, so be careful who you pick.
Yeah, it was. Exactly. You know what? Dang. You know, I really want to give this fight to Rory McDonald because, I mean, and I would say this to John Fitch if he were sitting with me in the car. I'd say, I mean, he has a much cleaner skill set. He's a cleaner striker, and he has a sophisticated grappling game. But man, John Fitch just drags people into the deep water, and he beats the crap out of you. And he's exceptionally good at it. And so, man, I tell you, Rory, he had a tough fight. Was that his last fight he lost?
Yeah.
Or was his last fight in the tournament?
Yeah, there was a loss to Musasi.
Yeah. Musasi is incredibly talented, and he's just a bigger man. He's a big dude. Well, at least compared to Rory, and John Fitch is he's big for the weight class, and he knows how to lean on. You know, in basketball they say, a guy might be 6'6", but he plays like he's 6'8" or 6'9".
Yeah.
John Fitch, fights at welterweight, but he will lean on you like he's 280, 290.
All right. So again, you're not picking.
Again, okay. You're gonna push me. I'm gonna go with. I'll say this: if Rory doesn't win in the first two rounds, I think John Fitch wins the back three.
Wow. Okay. Now I got to ask you this one of final questions here. Take us away from Bellator and MMA. Are you a sports fan? Hockey's going on, basketball's going on. Tiger Woods winning the Master. Are you a sports fan?
I am a sports fan. I haven't been following as closely. I missed all of the Masters, unfortunately. I know Tiger had an impressive showing.
Yes.
I haven't been keeping up with hockey. I mostly just follow the pins. Have you guys heard of Sidney Crosby? He's somewhat of a phenomenon. Have you heard of him?
Yeah, I hear I'm bigger than him. I'm actually more popular than him. He's just got a few more zeros than me. That's it. So you're a big fan of the Pens? I got to ask you this. The Pens are up against the New York Islanders and Sidney Crosby has been shut out. Do you think that could continue, or you think they're gone golfing?
Well, it all depends on. Actually, I just don't think. Sidney's one of those guys. He's like he's a dynamic player, and he's not beaten for very long. He finds a way to win. He's one of those guys who absolutely finds a way to win when there isn't a clear path, and. I think he'll make something happen. He's that X factor guy that everybody needs on their team, and man, he's the guy. So I can't say for sure whether they'll win the series, but they will not be shut out.
All right. And speaking about making something happen, you yourself in the MMA world always make stuff happen. When growing up and before you getting into the MMA world and all that. What did you think you were going to do? And now when this career is going and going and going, are you satisfied with what you accomplished thus far?
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I've been blessed to have a great career, and I've been blessed to have a great fan base, and more than anything, I've been blessed to have to just be mostly injury free, and that is the name of the game when it comes to mixed martial arts. Just training is just so gosh darn hard on your body. I've been able to be mostly injury free, and I've been able to escape most of the shoulder injuries and knee injuries. Man, I'm happy as can be.
All right, Giancarlo, you close it off.
Yeah, Phil, you had a successful career. What's the story behind your nickname, Mr. Wonderful? Because some guys have these different names. Like we talked to Koreshkov a few weeks ago before his fight. His nickname's the Spartan. What made you want to go with Mr. Wonderful as your nickname?
Man, we've been talking all of about 10 minutes, and you just now, I mean, by now, you should be able to fill that in.
Don't worry, I'll give him a Paul driver.
So I had this cat in college, and his name was Mr. Wonderful. And my roommate was supposed to be watching him, and so here's the deal. He hated the cat, but he put up with him because he was my cat. And he wanted me to be his roommate because he and I got along so well. So I come home one weekend after I've been traveling with my wrestling team, and the cat is gone. And he says the cat got stolen because he had like a party with some friends, and there was a bunch of people over the house. And I don't know where to go for that. So whenever I started fighting, I mean, I'm just not going to be an axe murderer kind of guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so my friends were joking that I should take up the wonderful name so that he didn't die in vain. And that's kind of what's up.
Wow. Okay. And as we close this edition of the Ground and Pound MMA show, tell everybody how they could get a hold of you social media-wise.
Yeah. So if you guys want to follow me out, and please do. You can follow me at PhilMRW on Instagram, Phil Mr. Wonderful on Twitter, Phil Davis on Facebook. Look for the blue check, because there's a couple imposters out there. Somebody stole Phil Mr. Wonderful on Instagram. I was pretty upset about that, but but I guess when you reach the point where someone's pretending to be you, you can say, "Wow, I've done something right."
Actually, I know who that is. That was Sidney Crosby. So I'm sorry about that. I was telling him I was going to interview you.
They wouldn't do that.
All right, that's been and good luck with your bout. We know Bellator 220 next Saturday in San Jose. You're going to demolish your opponent once again.